So welcome back again. So today we are moving on to our family Acanthaceae. So by looking into this picture, you can see this plant, a very common plant in our garden, that is Kanagambaram. That's family of this plant, and also most of the plants that are familiar with you. So we can look into the detail of the family Acanthaceae. Okay. And systematic position, it belongs to Dicotyledone, Gamopetalae, Bicarpellate, Personales and Acanthaceae. So Bicarpellate is the series, Personales is the order. So you studied many families coming under Bicarpellate. Bicarpellary ovary is the peculiar feature and corolla is Gamopetalace. Okay. Now distribution. This plant is very common in most of the areas, and this family is commonly known as Acanthus family. Acanthaceae, Acanthus family. You know the plant Acanthus illicifolius, that is chulli, wild chulli, very common in our paddy fields. And this family includes about 250 genera and 2500 species. Okay. And the family is usually distributed in the tropics and subtropical regions. India is having 508 species. Clear? Okay. Now about the habit. Most of the plants of this family are herbs and shrubs are the trees are rarely absent. One climber is present, that is Thunbergia. This Thunbergia is present in our campus also, the large violet flower climber. And xerophytic plants are there, Barleria, Bleipharis, etc. Aquatic plant is there only one, that is Asteracantha longifolia. Okay, by you can see most of the plants name is starting from Acanthus, Acanthus, THUS ending, etc. Stem is aerial, erect, underground. Underground stem is in a ruellia. Then herbaceous are usually herbaceous forms. Branches are the cylindrical branches. And twining or climbing, spinous, spiny nature. It's very important point. So you have to write these points that are that spinous nature, very important point. Then node, swollen nodes, etc. are typical features of the family. Okay. Leaves are opposite decussate leaves and exstipulate. Stipules are usually absent. And another point is leaves usually having acute apex and they are hairy usually leaves. Then cystolith. What do you mean cystolith? Calcium carbonate crystals. These cystolith are present in the epidermal cells of the stem and leaves. So very important anatomical feature, cystolith presence. Clear? Now, inflorescence is usually solitary axillary, but very peculiar or typical inflorescence of this family is what? Spike inflorescence. Clear? And racemes or cymos also present. Another important feature is bracteate flowers. So, in most of the plants you can see bracteate flower. See, if it is an inflorescence, the spike is present and you can see like this number of bracts here and here and here and here. And the flower is usually coming from this, see that I will show you. See how that flower is coming, see, bilipid like this. Okay. So usually flowers from these bracts, these are bracts, a cluster of bracts, usually spike inflorescence. That's a typical feature of the family. Inflorescence, very important, don't forget that point. Bracts and bracteolates that are conspicuous. Bracts and bracteolates that are very clear and conspicuous. Okay. Then pedicellate or sessile flowers, they may be brightly colored. Okay. Then bisexual, typical, complete. Zygomorphy, another peculiar feature. You know, you cannot cut into two equal halves. Zygomorphy, and it is bilabiate, bilipid. Two lips are there for corolla. We will discuss later. Then another important point is nectariferous disc is present. A disc that secretes nectars below the ovary wall. So bracts and bracteoles, spike inflorescence, that is nectariferous disc, zygomorphic flower. Now calyx is Gamosepalous. Typical point, that feature I already told you, that is that bilabiate corolla. See that bilabiate nature, very important. Two-lipped. Usually we can have sepals like this, single one. But here you can have like this one. One is divided into two. That is bilipped or bilabiate condition. Clear? Then petals also likewise, bilipped. So this is a typical point. Don't forget this bilabiate or bilipid condition. Then gamma petalus I already told you. Then various colored, twisted and inferior condition. Now androecium, another important point is usually there are 4 stamens. How many? 4. Rarely 5. One example. And very important point, in some cases usually 2 stamens are fertile and 2 stamens are staminodes. Okay. So if this is a condition, this is a fertile stamen, and take another one, this is a fertile stamen, and look this stamen, what is this? This is staminodes, that are sterile stamens. Okay. So out of 4, 2 staminodes usual case, dorsifixed condition. Then one anther lobe may be smaller than the other, unequally lobed. Okay. Anther sometimes spurred, a structure formed. Then gynoecium, syncarpus, bicapillary, superior and bilocular. Everything bi. Look at bicapillary, bilocular. Axial placentation. No problem in that. Simple style stigma bilobed. That is bicapillary usually having bilobed stigma. You have to study like that. Disc present below the ovary. I already told you a nectariferous disc below the ovary. Okay. Then fruit is a capsule usually, rarely drupe. Then seed is very important. Another important point is coming here in the seeds. Seeds are having hooks, and that how hooks are known as jaculator. That's very important. Seeds are having hooks and that's known as jaculator. There is the funiculum. What is funiculum? Stalk of the ovule. Okay. Funiculum of the ovule develop into a structure that is known as retinaculum or jaculator. This is an important term coming under the family Acanthaceae. So you have to note down the some specific or typical feature of a particular family. So you have to draw families in a chart and point out under each family the typical feature. Only that you have to study. Others are all common in almost of all families. Otherwise you cannot study family. So take each family and point out the identifying typical features. Here it is. I already told bracts and bracteoles, spike inflorescence, and second one is retinaculum or jaculator. What is retinaculum or jaculator? It is the formation of hooks. How hooks developed? It developed from funiculum of the ovule. Clear? Pollination is entomophilous, that is usually insects, butterflies. Then that attract mainly due to the bilabiate corolla that favors, spelling wrong, bilabiate corolla that favors what? That favors our entomophily or insect pollination. And another point is disc, abundant nectar produced in the disc. Okay. Then another typical feature is what? Protandry. What is protandry? Androecium develop first, later gynoecium. So cross pollination is only promoting protandry. Clear? If androecium and gynoecium in same time, what happens? The stamens, the anthers fall onto the gynoecium and fertilization takes place. But here gynoecium develop first, androecium develop first, then gynoecium. So protandry, bilabiate, nectar. So very important pollination and also presence of jaculator or retinaculum in the seed. Clear? Bilabiate or bilipid corolla, bilipid calyx. 4 stamens, 2 staminodes and 2 fertile. Clear? Bracts and bracteoles, that is prominent. Then presence of usually spike inflorescence. Clear? Okay. Now, economic importance. Medicinal plants are there. You know the plant Adathoda vesica, the term itself, Ardalodagum. You may be heard about. Usually used to treat bronchitis, cough, etc. And Barleria cristata, we commonly called Parvati chedi. Now it is the flowering season of Parvati. Various colors are available. That is also used for cough. Then roots of Rhinacanthus. This is very important. Rhinacanthus narsutus, a plant flower like bird like flower, shape of a bird. Then Rhinacanthus. Then Ruellia, another common plant, etc. used in medicine. Andrographis paniculata. This is also very important use for liver disease. What is that Malayalam name is there for Andrographis paniculata? Kiriath. Kiriath is the Malayalam name. Okay. Now, ornamentals are there. Many plants are cultivated as ornamental. Acanthus, Barleria. Acanthus is common. Barleria, Justicia, Thunbergia, Jacobina. Jacobina is an ornamental garden plant. Ruellia. Then you know this Strobilanthus, Kurini, Neela Kurini. Neela Kurini, after 12 years it will flower, you know. in Agastyamalai, Munnar, Rajamala regions. So that is Strobilanthus. That also belongs to this group, Strobilanthus. I will write the spelling, STRO, Strobilanthus, BILANTHUS. That is Strobilanthus. Okay. Now, affinities means this family having some relationship with other families. One example is this family showing relationship with the Scrophulariaceae. I think that family is not there in your syllabus. And also showing affinity with the Lamiaceae. Just remember that. That's a common affinity, means you may be confused usually all these families members. Okay, now this is a drawing of Thunbergia. I think now you hope you will clear about this Thunbergia. Okay, and this is another that common plant, Andrographis kiriath. Okay, now bilipped corolla, you can see two-sized corolla, bilipped corolla. Okay, now these are the common plants. This is a Barleria cristata, Parvati. I told you about Parvati. Okay, this is Crosandra, Kanakambaram. This is also Barleria. Different colors available for Barleria. White is there, violet is there, this yellow color is there. This is very common. See, these are the very important point. Bracts and bracteoles prominent. Okay, bracts and bracteoles prominent. Spiny nature. Okay, now this is the Adathoda vesica. What is Adathoda vesica? Adalodakam. And this is Andrographis paniculata, Kiriath, Megamalhar. This is the red colored spot of person inside. This is Hemigraphis and alternata Muriguti. While wound or cutting, when blood comes, you will usually crush the leaves and apply. That is Hemigraphis alternata Muriguti. And this is the Rhinacanthus nasutus. You have to keep a space here. This is having a space needed. Rhinacanthus nasutus. Like you see bird-like flower. Very common usually in our area, you can see in common wild. Okay. And this is Justicia japonica, another common plant. This is Assistacia gangetica, another common plant. This is Thunbergia erecta, is there in your, usually grown as ornamental in houses. And this is the Thunbergia grandiflora, in our campus it is there. Okay. So these are some very common plants coming under the family Acanthaceae. Familiarize each of the plants. Study well, prepare your herbarium also. So I hope you understood well today's class. Point out the typical or the identifying features of Acanthaceae. Okay, and study well. Familiarize the plants. Usually most of the plants are available in our local areas. Many are there. I just put some plants only here. So study well and prepare well. Prepare herbarium also. So have a nice day. Thank you.